My name is James Williams Jr. This is Kung Fu Havoc number 2. I'm gonna finish off my Addressing Racism anthology. Hopefully this will be that last video for that. It's getting late. It's almost midnight and I'm gonna go to bed. I was gonna binge watch. I'm tired. I'll binge watch this weekend depending on how my plans play out or whatever. Anyhow, as I was saying, we don't tend to address racial issues. And most of the time, it's out of fear or judgment or what have you. And the thing is, as long as we're going to be afraid to speak our mind, then we're always going to have this problem. And the problem with that is really quite simple. We don't want to address the problem because no one wants to acknowledge the hardcore, stone cold truth that is that we all have some racial indifferences because of history. History teaches racism. History teaches people to become racist. History teaches us to fear what we don't understand. And if we can't understand it, then conquer it, which has been basically the American way. And you might not agree with that, but look at the way the history of America is, and you'll understand where I'm coming from. I'm sure my hair's not going to look like this in the morning. So, I better get used to this slick back. It's going to be all over my head in about an hour or two when I close my eyes and go slam the hell to sleep. We as people just don't want to acknowledge right and wrong. And we choose to do wrong because it's the easiest thing to do. Where the hardest thing to do is to do the right thing because no one knows what the fuck the right thing is. And as long as we have this problem, for the next 10 generations, it will be like this unless something changes. If an alien invasion comes, like the movie Independence Day, or if it's like Mass Effect, that's going to be the only time. I'm sorry. That's going to be the only time that we stop being racist and start being one species of race, the human race. So that we all don't die out from killing each other. We need to worry about threats from beyond the stars. Because we don't know what the fuck is out there. We don't know if we're ready for them when they come. We know, as a former soldier, which is once a soldier, always a soldier, I know for a fact that we are ready for the zombie apocalypse. I can pretty much tell you that we're ready for that. Now, I don't know about y'all, but I know where I'm going when the shit breaks down. I'm also knowing that I'm going to be like Daryl Dixon, and I'm going to have this arrow thing right here instead of a fucking machine gun. Now, bullets and arrows run out. So, lucky for me, I'm combat ready. And in the events that I ain't, somebody just make sure to show me mercy by putting a bullet square through my head while I'm dead, though. The thing about humanity and racism is that it is such a touchy subject because we make it a touchy subject. A lot of us just aren't mature enough to sit down and take our heads out of our asses and carry on a decent conversation without getting irate. Racism is supposed to make you mad, but it only makes you mad because no one wants to get to the nitty-gritty of why it makes us mad. No one wants to be called out their name. I don't like being called chief. I don't like being called nigger. And I'm pretty sure a lot of Asian people don't like being called slant-eyed, wetback, gook, and other things. And I'm sure white people don't like being called crackers or honkies or any of those old 70s things that George Jefferson used to say on TV. The problem with us is that we came up with these offbeat, racist-ass nicknames to begin with. If we didn't think of those names, if we expunged them from our skulls, we wouldn't have that much to say. You know what I mean? And most of the time people say racial or dumb things because I'm sorry. Most of the time we say racial or dumb things because we're pure damn ignorant. That's it. We don't have to be ignorant, and we don't have to continue to let the ignorance grow. And we need people to raise their kids right. And that's where it starts. It starts with us raising our children right. If we can raise our children right, to not be ignorant, to not be a dick, an asshole, a motherfucker, a pain in the ass, just because they think that they have the God-given right to hurt other people's feelings, then we wouldn't have this problem. And again, if we would all just sit down and try to figure out what about racism pisses us off, racism is insulting. You're a racist and you're prejudiced because that's the emotional level of how you hurt someone else. No one, no one, no one has gone to God and said, hey, God, can I be born rich and white? Can I be born Asian and male? Can I be born black and male? You don't get to pick your gender. You don't get to pick your family. You get to pick your religion, and you get to pick whatever life God gave you, and you get to steer the course. But be it as it may, God's will be done. I'm gonna end this with a saying that peace and freedom are not free, and that we fight for them. And every step on the rung of the ladder of life, there is a challenge. Unfortunately, most of the challenges in America is based on race. I'm James Smith Jr. This is Country Habit number 2. That's the gargoyles alarm, so I have to go do push-ups now. Be seen.